how to print this particular pattern. So basically I am using Java language. I have created one class pattern program, and inside this class I have one main method. So this is our main method, and so to print this particular pattern, what we need is we need four different variables here. So if you see integer row is equal to 4, because if you see there are total 4 rows that of this particular pattern, so that's why I have taken integer row is equal to 4. Then int num is equal to 7. So what it means, it means like if you see on the first row we have total this digit count is 7, so that's why I have taken num is equal to 7. Then on the second line num is count is 5, then 3, then 1. So that's why we are reducing this num is equal to num minus 2 in each iteration in each row. Okay, then we have space is equal to 0, which means initially we don't have any space here, but in the second row we have one space when we compare it with 1. Then in the third row we have two spaces, then in the third row we have three spaces. So the count will increase from 0 to 1, so that's why I have taken space plus plus. So initially space will be 0 and digit is equal to 1. So what it is, so in the first row we are printing 1, that's why I have taken digit is equal to 1. Okay, so let's go to the next for loop. Okay, so for loop integer I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to row I plus plus. Here row is 4, so this outer for loop will execute for 4 times for 4 iterations. So inside the for loop we have two other for loops. So the first for loop is to print the space. Now if you see, so firstly we are printing space, that is initially 0, then 1, then 2. That's why I have taken first for loop for the space. So it will start from in k is equal to 0, k less than space, k plus plus. Here initially space is 0, that's why system.out.print will print, it will not execute because space is 0, so this condition will not execute. Then in the second for loop what we have is integer j is equal to 0, j less than num, j plus plus, system.out.print digit. So what is digit? Digit is 1 and initially num is total 7. So this for loop will execute 7 times and it will print digit, which means 1. So it will print in the same row because we are just using print and not print ln. So after this two for loops, we have system.out.println, which will change the row from 1 to 2. Then we have num is equal to num minus 2. So initially we have num count is 7, and in the second row we want this to be 5. That's why I have taken num minus 2 and space will be 1 here. So I have done space plus plus and digit plus plus, which means we want to print digit is initially 1, we want to print 2 on the second row, that's why also we have done digit plus plus. For the next iteration what will happen, I value will be 2, and here it will print one space, first for loop, and second for loop it will print 2 5 times, right? Then again it will change the row, then num will be num minus 2, which is 3, space will be 2 and digit will be 3 now, and again it will execute the next iteration. Inside this it will print 2 spaces, 3 times in the second for loop, and then again it will change the row, num will now be 4, num will be 1 only, 3 minus 2 1, space will be 3 and the digit will be 4. In the next iteration it will print 3 spaces, then 1 4, and then it will again change the row, and that, yeah, that's the condition. So let's execute the code and check whether we have written the correct code. Let's see it. Yes, we are printing the given pattern exactly the same. So this is how we can print this particular pattern using this code. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.